Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled from the glyph, the Oracle Scarab, Resilience. And this is featuring, of course, a beautiful scarab amulet, not a real dung beetle, and a depiction of the sun in what looks like embossed over a background of the sands of the Sahara, the Egyptian desert, or simply the sands of time, which relate very much to the idea of resilience. It also relates to the Egyptian god Khepri, who was responsible for pushing the sun across the sky every day in the way that the scarab beetle rolls the dung beetle, the ball of dung, and actually is capable of transforming excrement, manure, into nourishment. So this is very much as well about life cycles as contributing to our becoming eternally. We are always becoming. That is the experience of growth and the resilience to see the silver lining or the positivity or the lesson in difficult circumstances is part of what contributes to that. So this is absolutely about persevering and never giving up, but also understanding that this is about a process of growth, fulfillment, and attainment of spiritual goals. Your overall energy, the Four of Wands, is about some kind of a wish fulfillment. This seems to be describing the establishment of either a powerful partnership or collaboration, or the establishment of a service or a space from which you can celebrate the connection that you are basing this space upon. So this is often seen as a wedding card that incorporates a joining, a partnership, and a celebration. But that can be extended into any area that is relevant to you. Underneath the deck, the Queen of Pentacles is describing this is something that you have worked towards incrementally, step by staying in alignment with natural processes, natural timing, attunement to your resources and to those you're working with and for, and your sense that the process is what is being highlighted and celebrated here. In other words, working itself, producing, being productive is joyful, is pleasurable, is joy-filled. You love what you do and the way that you do it. And so this can relate very much to securing, stabilizing the abundance of nature, maximizing the harvest, and being able to accept and receive the rewards as part of the celebration of your accomplishment. This is a general reading. This is not going to resonate for every Cancer or any of you who are out here, but if you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. Thank you for taking time with me. I appreciate it. And in the presence, we have the Four of Cups. So 2 fours, which are all about foundations, the establishment. It feels like of some cultural, emotional foundation for you. You have been practicing your best efforts at surrounding yourself with those things that support you, aiming yourself towards things that feel good, things that don't hurt. And this card often seems to be part of a development away from a situation where you felt out of place, displaced, marginal, or not included in something that was pleasurable, was enjoyable. It can be a partnership, a family, a marriage, a situation at your job in which you feel yourself on the outs. Here, I feel like this establishment of something positive that you are in a position to celebrate is no accident. This is something that you have worked towards, and you may be considering yet this offer or some outcome of this offer as a next step. You are clear and take for granted the community of support that you have, which is in some way grounding you. An outcome of this community is the gift that you are now in consideration of. Um, this is, the meanings of the cards are based on the situation in which they occur. And so here, I don't feel that you're taking anything for granted. I feel that you're now understanding the receipt or your consideration of this gift in terms of what you already have, what already feels good. And does this apparent wish fulfillment match who you are now? Does it match your environment in a way that you can accept as not only feeling good, but supporting you, reciprocating the effort and the love that you give? In the past, the Strength card is, I don't know why, this just feels to be resonating really strongly with the Scarab Resilience card. That's why. The Strength card in my mind is very much about the accumulation of good karma. This is the perseverance, the inner strength that is able to do the right thing even when circumstances seem to not favor your output, your goal, your participation. This is where you understand the greater goal of an exercise or an opportunity and can work from a place of your strength. There's something here about your being born as the strong one, despite obvious appearance. You may have appeared to be weak or infirm or different in some way from those in your environment, but in fact, your inner strength has carried you through and continues to do so. So that I do feel that you are accepting your difference from a place of empowerment, understanding the powerful reserves that you've always exhibited despite sometimes an unfavorable climate or the exclusion from those who seem to be enjoying happier outcomes. I hope that makes sense. In the present, the Five of Swords. It's interesting, Aquarius got this card in this position. It feels to me as though because of the amount of adversity you faced, the necessity of your strength, your commitment, your clarity about your mission, your faith in yourself, your ability to bounce back continually, no matter how difficult things are, that you have released yourself from the internalized doubts and criticisms that have been leveled at you along the way. Perhaps it is just the outward appearance of difference that has been noted as often as the qualities that it shields. Perhaps it is an unkind response or feedback from some way that you have presented an idea, or the fact that you have ideas at all. However, you have been able to withstand this kind of adversity, which is cruel thoughts, cruel words, being dismissed, being ignored. And that's resonating very strongly with me. Being ignored, people assuming that you couldn't, or didn't care about things that were as important to you as they are to anyone else. So you are no longer allowing this dismissal, this ignorance of others to impact you, to stop you, to avoid, to occlude your way forward. But there's also an acceptance that because you've withstood this kind of treatment for so long, you're able to pick your battles, to not be deterred by the unkind things people say or the negative criticism or feedback you receive, but instead to accept this as a part of anything that you wish to achieve or accomplish. I'm going to clarify the Four of Cups in the present with the Patience card. I pulled two, so I'm going to put that away because actually this is who you are, the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. You are in your flow at this current time, but it also is indicating here that you are really trying to balance out the challenges, the real storms, and this can include environmental storms in the form of drastic political, social, cultural change that we're experiencing that contributes to our insecurity, but also that you are balancing that out with the many resources and gifts that you have. Your ability to identify what supports you, what sees you, and what is willing to reciprocate with your effort. So, this, although it looks ephemeral, gentle, kind, time can be a bitch, and you have actually accepted that things can be extremely challenging in your world, in your inner and outer worlds, but that you have the grace, the poise, the resilience, the ability to persevere, the inner strength and faith in yourself to compose yourself, to respond gracefully, to not bite back, but to consider the larger picture as part of refining your own energy, not being like the people who hurt you or criticized you or blocked you, recognizing that you're not that and you don't want to become that, and that lends to you your sense of poise, your sense of inner strength, your ability to be silent. Did I look underneath? Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. She is always poised. She's always productive despite the conditions, the weather conditions, if you will. I'm sticking with that metaphor. So temperance here is really about your awareness that you are refining your own character. You are evolving, consciously evolving. That's the way you can have made sense out of the tremendous adversity that you have weathered. And always, like the beetle, doing the work that has to be done, always pushing the sun across your sky. In the past, the Strength card is clarified by the Nine of Water. I like this. The Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups, and another traditional wish card. So there are two emblems here of feeling good, of receiving something, establishing something that is worthy of your celebration. This strength is indicating to me something about your physical healing, your physical ability to restore your health, to accept your frailties or your challenges, and to come through a process that feels good, where you understand that you have understood what you can do and what you can't do, and you are content and satisfied with that process of your cultivating your well-being. This is really identifying the support you have, understanding that your own self-respect, your own inner strength is what drives you and gives you a lot of satisfaction. It's interesting. This card is, I'm kind of curious about this more, and I'm looking at the Queen of Cups to see you as somebody who has been an ongoing source of strength to others. So it isn't just that you are overcoming your own challenges, and some of these feel physical, but that you continue to be available, open, protective of others in your defense or your counsel, advisement of them. That this sense of always being open to sharing what you've learned, what you understand, is part of the way that you have contributed to the support of others. Somehow you're modeling self love, self healing, self growth, self respect in an important way that feeds you absolutely, but it shows others the way to handle challenges with grace and poise. In the future, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Four of Earth. So here's another four. This is the third four. The only four that's missing is the Four of Swords. So this is telling me that you've done the work. You've established and anchored down your foundation. Going back to the Queen of Pentacles, you find joy, you find pleasure in making things happen, in producing things, being productive, in taking care of the business, the everyday business of your life. That lends to your security, your sense of stability, that you know what to do, that you have gained and earned a track record of being stable and secure, that is important to you, and that you have done that work to not only cultivate your physical security, but your emotional security as well, even cultural. So this is really interesting in a time of so little security for most of us. I think you have established and understood and cultivated along the way the sense of stability that others lean on, that others have known they can lean on, and that you've come out of in a strong position, in a stronger position. This is fascinating, beautiful reading. I'm going to clarify or finish off this reading with a Soul's Journey Oracle, hoping you've gained some insight here. And I pulled the Gratitude card. Not surprising. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. That is well said. If you've enjoyed this content, Cancer, please check out more content here. And until next time, namaste.